everyone, and welcome to English 2322, which is a survey of British Literature 1. My name is Libby Bennett, and I will be your instructor. I've prepared a short video that discusses how to get in touch with me and kind of highlights some of the main points of this mini-mester. There are two ways to get a hold of me, either by email through D2L or emailing my Lone Star email address, which you can see on the screen here. I typically check emails Monday through Thursday. Sometimes I check them over the weekend, but I don't promise that I do. So if you have questions, make sure that you send them to me during Monday through Thursday. So we're going to go over the syllabus briefly. The syllabus can be found in the course overview in the online classroom, and I will show you that in a few minutes. We're going to talk about the textbooks, about dropping the course, discussion boards, quizzes, final exam, and a final exam exemption option, grade determination, letter grade assignment, and a tentative course calendar. So the course description is found in the course catalog. So I'm just going to read it. It's 3 credits, which means 3 hours lecture, a survey of the development of British literature from the Anglo-Saxon period to the 18th century. Students will study works of prose, poetry, drama, and fiction in relation to their historical, linguistic, and cultural contexts. Texts will be selected from a diverse group of authors and traditions. The student learning outcomes. So these are what actually make your course transferable to Texas universities. By the end of this course, students will read college-level materials to identify key ideas, representative authors and works, significant historical or cultural events, and characteristic perspectives or attitudes expressed in the literature of different periods or regions. Analyze literary works as expressions of individual or communal values within the social, political, cultural, or religious context of different literary periods. Demonstrate knowledge of the development of characteristic forms or styles of expression during different historical periods in different regions. Articulate the aesthetic principles that guide the scope and variety of works in the arts and humanities. And write research-based critical papers about the assigned readings in clear and grammatically correct prose using various critical approaches to literature. And our writing in this class is going to mostly center around the discussion board. Normally that's not how it's done, but with the COVID-19 crisis going on, I've decided to kind of lighten up the essay writing part. The textbook. You can purchase the textbook, which is listed on the syllabus. There's actually 3 volumes, and they're pretty thick. I think the current volume is 12, but there may be a 13 or an 11. They're very similar. The readings I've chosen, though, are available free online, so I've given you links to those. If you choose to drop the course, you need to do so by May 26, 2020, and I would suggest doing that if your grade is below a 60, because there's just not going to be enough work in the last couple days of the class to bring your grade up to a 70. And remember, you need a 70 to be able to transfer it to a university. If you drop a class, there can be impacts in terms of student visas, financial aid, GI benefits, and things like that. So you want to think about it seriously before you do it. Again, the withdrawal date is May 26th. The withdrawal policy I have posted here. You can pause and read. It's also available in this course syllabus. And just also remember, there's a 6-drop rule. Make sure that you read this if that applies to you. The discussion boards. Each week you're going to have 1 to 2 discussion boards. Discussion boards cover 2 days. The first day, you'll have to respond to my prompt with a minimum of 250 words. These posts will need text evidence from what we read, and sometimes they'll need evidence from outside sources. By the next day, you will need to respond to at least 2 classmates' posts by 11:58 p.m. with a minimum of 125 words each. So this is how we're kind of focusing our essays at this point. So when you're writing these discussion boards, you need to treat them like mini essays. Quizzes. Periodic quizzes will be given during the semester. Generally, each reading has a discussion board and a quiz, and the final exam counts as a quiz. Your final exam is a quiz. I will provide more information about this assignment later in the semester. Basically, if you study the quizzes that I give you throughout the term, then you are probably on a good track to be able to do well on the final exam. I've also created a criteria to where you can exempt the final exam. You have to have completed 100% of the course assignments and have a course average of 82.51 by Wednesday, May 27th, and that I will exempt you from the final exam. However, you are responsible for any work other than the final exam that is due after May 27th. So even once you're given the exam exemption, if you don't complete the next assignment, you could lose your exemption. Late work. I don't accept late work. In a mini semester, there's just not really enough time for me to go through and keep up with grading on a regular basis and then also accept late work. So I have released everything we're doing for the entire term so you can work ahead, and I strongly suggest working ahead. Grammar and mechanics. This is an English class, so everything you write in here must be written in complete sentences, and that includes emails to me. You must use proper grammar, punctuation, spelling, and mechanics so that you convey the right idea. Make sure your writing's not vague. Use character names and places instead of pronouns like he, she, it. There's a wealth of style guides available on the internet. I'm sure you've gotten some great feedback from your 1301 and 1302 teachers about this, and you're welcome to do that. You can also download Grammarly. There is a free version available. The one you pay for is a little bit better. At one point there was Grammarly available through Lone Star, but with all of the COVID-19 things going on, I have not been able to get confirmation from the librarian on IDs and passwords and so on. But if you have that information, feel free to share it with me. Your grade determination. Half your grade is discussion boards and the other half are quizzes. These quizzes are going to be a combination multiple choice, short answer, essay, and the discussion boards we've already gone over. They're going to be all essay. Letter grade assignment. We use the standard 4.0 scale here at Lone Star. So 90 to 100 is an A, 80 to 89 is a B, 70 to 79 is a C, and so on. And remember, you do need to keep a 70 or your grade will not transfer to the university. The course calendar. There's a calendar of weekly events in the back of your syllabus. It basically is the same thing that is in D2L, except D2L has a lot more information. For example, it'll have links to readings and the actual assignments. I can change the due dates at any point throughout the semester, but I do always post a notice in announcements when I do that. There is a course calendar that will pop up in D2L for you, and that is pretty much a good guideline. The one thing I want to warn you about with the discussion boards, I can't put 2 due dates on discussion boards, so you have to read it to see what at the bottom of each discussion board prompt, it tells you your initial post is due today and your 2 responses are due tomorrow. So you're going to have to kind of monitor that on your own. So now we're going to go over to D2L. I want to show you the grades. I want you to see where the course syllabus is, the announcements, and the content area. Once you sign into D2L, you'll see announcements here. And I'm showing you old announcements, so don't pay attention to those. But that's where you will look every day for what's going on. And that's how I mainly communicate with you. In the content area, first thing you come to is overview, and this is the syllabus, which you can download and print. It has all the information you need in it. And then the table of contents here, I've broken the class down by week, and I've given the week starting from Monday through Sunday. I don't have a lot of weekend work unless you want to work ahead, which I strongly suggest. So if you click on week 1, you'll see I have it broken down by Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. So if you go through this list sequentially, it'll tell you what you need to be doing on Monday and Tuesday and so on. I suggest going through this, look at Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday so you kind of see what's going on for a few days. And then on Tuesday, you refresh your mind on Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and then on Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and so on. And then looking ahead to the different weeks. Week 1 is definitely your heaviest week. It always is in an online class because I'm trying to get students used to the process of this class. If you go over to grades, you'll be able to see your grades throughout the term. I don't have a specific day that I grade. I just try to grade as regularly as possible so that you guys have an idea of how you're doing in the class. But you'll see all the different discussions laid out here, the quizzes, and so on. You will see this thing here, it says essay, and that's because I copied the course and was unable to delete them. But they have no weight. You can see it's nothing out of 0. So don't worry about that if you see that. All right, so that's the end of our welcome video. Let me know if you guys have any questions, and I will begin checking my email Monday. Bye.